Cleanup and restoration is presently underway at the Park Glen Apartments. However, an improperly discarded cigarette is now being blamed for that June 13th apartment fire that displaced residents of more than 80 units. The State Fire Marshal's office said that it can only say that introduction of new evidence led to this revision. Welcome to Park Update, the weekly show that gives you the latest information about what's happening throughout St. Louis Park. I'm Scott Smith, and this is your news for the fourth week in June. St. Louis Park Fire Marshal Carrie Smith said earlier this week that the St. Louis Park Fire Department investigation and those of several insurance companies determined that a barbecue grill did not start the fire, but rather an improperly discarded cigarette on a third-floor apartment deck. The fire will be ruled accidental, according to Smith, and the residents of the apartment of origin are not expected to face any criminal or civil charges. Residents will not be allowed back into the apartment area for several more months. Smith quickly mentioned that it is a good reminder that individuals should be careful when extinguishing their cigarette butts. Attention is focused on Denny Hecker's St. Louis Park corporate office, where authorities have executed a search warrant. The State Patrol raided 6 locations and Hecker's office June 17th after they received dozens of complaints of alleged felony fraud from Hecker's dealerships. According to the patrol, consumers complained that when they bought a new car and paid for the sales tax, title, and registration fees, they never received the title or license plates. At this time, no charges have been filed against Hecker. However, the investigation into the complaints will continue. A former Westwood healthcare nursing assistant is facing alleged sexual assault charges. The alleged sexual assault occurred in the victim's room on the morning of February 10th. The suspect has been identified as 39-year-old Peter M. Juma of Champlin. The charges bring the possibility of 1 year in jail, a $3,000 fine, or both. Changes are coming to one of the city's community partners. Park Nicollet Health Services announced last Friday that President and Chief Executive Officer David Westner will retire at the end of this year. Westner began his career at Park Nicollet in 1983 and served as CEO for 11 years. The changes come during a critical time for one of the Twin Cities' leading hospital and clinical groups and the park's largest employer. Dr. David Abelson, the current Chief Clinical Officer, is currently the leading candidate for the vacant position. In school news, some good news. $1.6 million from the federal stimulus package is on the way to the St. Louis Park School District. The district will receive $1.3 million for special education funding and another $314,000 in Title I funds designed to improve academic achievement among disadvantaged students. District officials believe the additional funds could help the district reach its bottom line during these tough economic times. And that is St. Louis Park news for this fourth week in June. Still to come, news in the neighborhood and the History Minute. Coming up next, the City Council update with Jamie Zwilling.
The City Council is hard at work looking for long-term solutions to an estimated $1.8 million budget gap for 2010. City Manager Tom Harmening explained to the Council this week that approximately $655,000 in market value homestead credit payments are part of the Governor's recently announced unallotments. The Governor's unallotment announcement was expected by the City and the Council, which has been working on the 2010 budget since January. The Council and staff are working on long-term budget solutions that could include a variety of methods, including staff reductions and changes, increased revenues from fees and services, wage freezes, early retirement programs for employees, line item budget reductions, and property tax increases. The Council and staff will be continuing its budget work throughout the summer and fall. www.stlouispark.org will soon feature a special section dedicated to budget education and information. We'll have more details on that next week. At least 5 new restaurants are on the way to the park, according to a Council report this week on the status of the West End development. West End developers now have leases signed for the Cooper Irish Pub, Crave, Lux, Noodles & Company, and Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill. The report also confirms that the West End will be the home to the first planned Omaha Steaks retail store in Minnesota. The family-owned business opened in 1917 and manufactures, markets, and distributes a wide variety of premium steaks, red meats, and other gourmet foods. The products are custom cut and packaged to serve the needs of their various customers. The West End is expected to open this fall. Finally, the City Council is seeking adult and youth volunteers to serve on various boards and commissions. Openings for youth members exist on the Telecommunications Advisory Commission, Police Advisory Commission, Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission, and the Human Rights Commission. An adult member is sought for the city's Charter Commission, and there is also an opening for an adult commissioner on the Bassett Creek Water Management Commission. The Bassett Creek Water Management Commission deals with issues related to flood control and maintaining and enhancing the quality of the surface and groundwater resources in the watershed. Applicants should be knowledgeable about drainage systems, land use, and water conservation, and possess some technical expertise in the areas of water management. For more information or to request an application, call 952-924-2531 or visit the city's website. And that is your council update for the 4th week in June.
Can you imagine putting a garbage dump on Excelsior Boulevard and Highway 100 right here in the park? Seem inconceivable? Not on this week's History Minute. In 1947, a dump was created on Excelsior Boulevard just east of Highway 100. Trash was thrown into a pit that had been created by the Rice Sand and Gravel operation. Almost immediately, complaints about the dump were registered with the village council. Someone from Minneapolis donated a wash tub containing a hand grenade, small bomb, 1,000 rounds of 1918 Army rifle ammunition, 3 machine gun clips, and assorted bullets, all wrapped up in a 1930 Minneapolis Journal newspaper. The St. Louis Park Police donated them right back to Minneapolis for disposal. Eventually, the dump was at capacity. The hill between Byerly's and AAA indicates how high the pile was. AAA headquarters and Park Nicollet were built on the site. In the beginning, the buildings started to sink and elevators started to stink as they filled with methane gas. Both problems were fixed, but such are the hazards of building on mounds of trash. Now, here's Les Farrell with this week's News in the Neighborhood.
Summer is officially here, and there are plenty of events and activities happening around St. Louis Park. If the heat and warmth haven't made it official, the annual Parktacular makes it truly summer in the park. It was a huge success as always last weekend and featured music, food, a parade, and entertainment for all ages. Many other events are also happening around St. Louis Park. The summer concert series, Summer Tunes in the Park, is officially underway, with free live music to enjoy with friends, family, and others. All performances are at the Veterans Memorial Amphitheater at Wolf Park. And as always, make sure to get your pool passes for the St. Louis Park Aquatic Park. A large renovation project is on its way to Westwood Lutheran Church in the Westwood neighborhood. The $2 million building renovation project was approved earlier this month. The project calls for renovating the sanctuary, a new sound system, replacing cracked windows, new lighting, and a retractable screen for video projections. The church already has raised more than $1 million from capital appeal that began in March. Members cited that the renovation is needed to further their outreach and their investment in the St. Louis Park community. It will be a night under the stars for the family splash night at the St. Louis Park Aquatic Park. The event on Saturday, June 27th from 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. will feature swimming, sliding, splashing, and music and concessions. The event is sponsored by Teens Alone and is $3 per person and $7 per family. Season passes are not accepted. All proceeds will go towards supporting youth and teen services in our community. And that is your news in the neighborhood for this week.
Thanks for watching Park Update. For Les Farrell and Jamie Zwilling, I'm Scott Smith, and we'll see you again next week.